Yo guys, Classy here, and today is episode 1 of Storytime, which is going to be probably my most favourite series and my most unique series in the fact that it's my stories and no one else would have the same story as me. And you know, uniqueness is the key to YouTube pretty much, and which makes me do YouTube because I want to be, I don't want to be doing the same old videos, you know, live comms and all. I will probably do live comms, but anyway, that's just this is the first episode. I must have done an introduction on what I'm, you know, why I'm doing Storytime and what it's gonna be about. Obviously, it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm gonna be telling funny, and yeah, pretty much just funny and maybe some serious stories. And today, what I'm going to be talking about is kind of funny looking back at it, and I remember a bit of it. I remember moments, I guess, but today we're talking about the time that I cut my wrist. Now, no, I'm not emo. No, I didn't do it on purpose or anything. I was at my mum's friend's house, and I was on a piece of log, and the log was going back and forth, and I was moving on the log as if, like on that Pirates of the Caribbean scene when they're on the big wheel thing and they're running on it, kind of like that. Anyway, getting straight into the story, guys. Anyway, I fell over. Now, I don't actually know what cut my wrist. I don't. I haven't gone back there, and as soon as it happened, I ran to the house, and I didn't look back, although I don't know what happened, although I do have a general idea of how it happened. Anyway, I fell over, and I just, my ass, it just hurt, and I was like, oh, I hope I haven't broken a bone, because it hurt like a bitch. My wrist, no pain at all. Didn't feel any pain in my wrist. I just felt pain in my ass, and I was like screaming, because I was young as well. I was about 8, and just, yeah, I was like, oh god, that was so painful, screaming. And then put my arm up, and I just noticed all this blood on my wrist. Now this is my left wrist, and yeah, just all this blood, and I was thinking, and then the shock. So I didn't feel pain, because the shock really overpowered the pain, but didn't feel pain at all, no pain. Just I might have been crying, but that was just because I was in shock. Like, oh my god, my wrist is cut open. I didn't really see how deep it was though. There was just blood everywhere. But I was guessing it had to be serious if there's this much blood. Although there can be the occasional little cut that produces a shit ton of blood. But yeah, this is a huge amount of blood. It wasn't squirting out or anything. It was just coming out slowly, like when you just cut your arm. You know, but anyway, then my sister grabbed my arm and clenched it, my wrist, sorry, and we ran up to the house, and I don't really remember what happened there. I don't really remember what their reactions were. I just remember getting like a tea towel wrapped around it, and then my mum told me to put my hands on it, and then we suddenly got in the car, went to the local doctors, because this is in the country, guys, so there's no hospitals nearby. You could have called an ambulance, because we could call an ambulance, but it would be a long time for it to come. So we went to the doctors. Obviously, if we were in the city, we'd go to a hospital because it was serious, but that was the closest medical place was a local doctor's office. And we got there. The whole time I had my thing on my tea towel on my wrist. Still didn't feel much pain, just a tingling sort of feeling. I was still in a lot of shock. Didn't really know how deep it was or anything like that. So I got there, hit the thing around my wrist. They ran up to the thing and said, yeah, blah blah blah, and I went into a room and laid on a bed, and put my arm out. Now this bitch of a woman, she saw how deep it was. I saw, and the one characteristic, characteristic's probably not the right word to use, but the one thing I remember about it. About my wrist was it looked like there was sponge inside, and now that was obviously, I don't know what that was, tissue maybe under it, but it just looked like sponge. It literally just looked like sponge in my wrist. I didn't see bone, I didn't see veins, I didn't see skin. I just saw this. It was a sort of reddish sort of. I don't know how to explain it, but it looked like sponge anyway. Really weird. So she had my wrist out, and she was like, alright, we're having a meeting at the moment, so can you please just wait 15 minutes? I'm like, you fucking bitch. Wait 15 minutes with my arm out, with nothing on it. You want me to wait fucking 15 minutes for a stupid fucking meeting? It was absolutely ridiculous. She obviously didn't realise the seriousness of the situation. Anyway, she went off to her fucking, her meeting, and, she came back about 10 or so, 15 minutes later. And then she came back and she's like, alright, I'm back now. Hope you're alright. I'm like, fuck you. Anyway, she put a needle in it to numb it. She was going to stitch it up right there. And this is real weird, but the that was the most painfulest thing, putting the needle in, which is kind of weird how I cut my whole wrist. It was real deep, obviously I saw then, but the most painfulest thing was putting the needle in. Now my dad wasn't there, it was just my mum and my sister, which they were outside because they faint, sorry, not vomit, they faint in situations like that. So it was my mum's friend's husband who was next to me, and I was holding his hand, I think, and I was like clenching it real tight when the needle went in to numb it. And when she was putting it in, I remember these stings, like, oh, sting, and then it would come again and come again until she obviously took it out. And then she just stitched it right there. Didn't feel any pain because it was numbed, so she stitched it, and then they put just a padding around it after she stitched it, and we left. Pretty casual, really. I believe I might have went to the doctor's office, the hospital, and they might have done a checkup on it. I don't really remember too much, though. I remember I had to keep my wrist up. I had to sleep with my wrist up, because if I put it down, the blood would go down my arm, and there would be a risk that my fingers could fall off, or something like that. I don't even know if that's true, but I didn't want the blood to go down to my hand, so I had to have my arm up so the blood would go down. You know, even when I went to sleep watching movies, I was always told to put my arm up. I still went to school with it. It wasn't my writing hand, so because I'm right-handed, not left-handed, and it was my left hand that I cut my wrist open. So it didn't affect anything like that, which is good. So yeah, and I was probably 2 months, and then we got stitches out in my local doctors near me, not in the country. But I do think it's pretty ridiculous how my arm was deep cut, and I remember the doctor saying it was millimeters away from hitting my vein, and if it hit my vein, I wouldn't be alive, apparently. I don't really know much about medical shit, but I suppose if you hit a vein, you must just die, or you must just die from the loss of blood. So yeah, that was pretty lucky. You know, I don't know if we went back there, but there was a nail sticking out, which I saw, which I assume I hit it on, but I really don't know. I could have hit it on a piece of wood, sliced it open, because it was like wood all around it. It was firewood, so it was all stacked up, and I just grabbed a piece, and that's why I was like running on it. You know, I don't know how to explain it. Rolling on the, my feet were on it, and I was just rolling. How do you explain? I'm sorry, I don't know how to explain it. But anyway, you know, it's like a treadmill almost, running on the wood. 'Cause it's a circle piece of wood. So yeah, so I don't know what I cut it on. I assume the nail, or it could have been a piece of wood. There, I cut it on. Obviously, I didn't feel the pain instantaneously, so I don't know. But no pain at all. I will admit, I can take pain pretty well. You know, what else have I done? Well, yeah, 'cause I wasn't crying, but I guess I was in shock, so that sort of cut out the pain a bit. But yeah, I can usually take pain pretty well. You know, needles I'm fine with now. You know, I do boxing every time now, and I come home with bruises on my stomach and shit, and my side, and I don't feel it at the time. But you know, I still come home with bruises, and they'll be sore. So I'm usually pretty good with pain, which is real good. It's especially when you're in situations like that, because you know that doesn't help if you're in pain the whole time. And especially if she went to a fucking meeting to wait 15 minutes there in pain, which I wasn't in pain, luckily. Fucking bitch was lucky, but yeah, just absolutely ridiculous that she made me wait. Yeah, I should have bloody made a complaint. If I was old enough, I would have made a complaint, but I was only 8, so I didn't really know much about it, and I just thought all doctors were like that, so I didn't know any better. But now looking back at it, she was a fucking bitch, to be completely honest with you. She could, you know, go to that meeting. I don't know how important the meeting was. She said it was about an ambulance or something. An ambulance meeting, so she said, but she could have just hooked me up. She at least could have put a needle in, so I didn't feel, even though I wasn't feeling pain, she didn't know jack shit, so she could have at least put a needle in, and then gone. That would have still been a bit bad, but she could have at least done that. But she didn't even have the curiosity? No, I always get confused in these words. Curiosity and, oh my god, curiosity and courtesy. Boom. She didn't even have the courtesy to do that. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed episode 1 of Storytime. I will be doing another Storytime episode 2, hopefully later. I'm going to get an Elgato soon, so I can start recording some console on my Xbox 360. that should be coming soon with some gameplay, maybe some live comms, but you know they are not really unique, and I really want my channel to be unique to me, Classy. So anyway guys, I'll catch you guys later, and hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did enjoy. If you didn't, leave me some feedback on what I can do better. Please don't tell me my mic is shit, because I already know I am actually going to refund on this mic. This mic is broken. The mic, this headset is broken, but the mic has gone distorted, and I actually have to smooth out my the audio in Sony Vegas, which makes it sound a little bit better, but still shit. So other than that, leave some feedback on what you thought of the gameplay, or anything else you think I could, you know, do better on. Instead of leaving a dislike. If you want to leave a dislike, that's fine, I don't really mind. This is all for fun, not doing it for money or anything like that. So anyway guys, catch you guys later, and Classy out.